Hello everybody and welcome to the Extreme. Today we're going to be talking about all the Nintendo Switch physical releases that I want releasing in the month of March. Let's check it out. Hello everybody, welcome back. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. And let's get into these Nintendo Switch physical releases for the month of March that I want. Okay, starting out on March 3rd is a cool game. A very cool game. Never heard of this before. I just discovered it in the research for this video. And that game is called Souldiers. Soul spelled S-O-U-L. It's got a little bit of Dark Souls type gameplay in this game. And it's essentially a Metroidvania where you can choose from 3 different characters. You can either be a scout, a archer, or a wizard, or a mage, or whatever they want to call it. And it's Metroidvania. The graphics looks great on this game. I really like the way the gameplay looks. The combat looks fun as well. So I'm super excited to try this one out. And I believe this game is only releasing in Europe, and it's being released by Pixinlove. So take a look at this one. Next up, and releasing on March 17th, is Bayonetta Origins Cereza and the Lost Demon. Now this game is a third-person isometric dungeon crawler exploring the beginnings of Bayonetta. I lukewarm on this one. The Bayonetta games generally I'm okay with, but I generally do not like dungeon crawlers, so we'll see how this one ends up playing out. I don't really like the graphic style, but it is being produced by Nintendo, so we'll see how it goes. Next up, also releasing on March 17th, is a game called Cult of the Lamb. Now, this is a very interesting looking game. The graphics look really good. It's a 3D tilted, but everything's flat type game. You're like a lamb and you're kind of building this town, but you have to go through all these areas to rescue other people to come join your cult at this town. And so it's got a little bit of SimCity built into like this roguelike game. So it looks pretty cool. I hear really good reviews on this one, so definitely check out Cult of the Lamb. God. Next up on March 21st is a game called Remnant from the Ashes. Now, Remnant from the Ashes is a third-person Souls-like game. There's a trend going on for the month of March where everything's got to be a Souls or a roguelike. But this game does look cool. The graphics look really nice on this game. It's got the Souls-like aspect, but it's also got a roguelike in the sense that like the levels are procedurally generated. I think this is more of a level-based game, but it looks pretty good, so I'm looking forward to this one. The next game coming out on March 28th is called Dredge. Now, this is a cool looking game. This game is essentially you're a commercial fisherman and you're going out and you're catching fish. You're getting a little bit more money. And every time you get a little bit more money from catching fish, you upgrade your boat. And then by upgrading your boat, you're able to catch different fish. You're able to fish in different areas you would normally not be able to go to. So this game actually looks like a lot of fun. I can see this as being a real cool indie hit. Can't wait to try it. Next up on March 31st is Fight Crab Shella Awesome Edition. Now, Fight Crab is a game I have been waiting for a long time. This came out physically in Japan years ago, and I have been meaning to order the Japanese copy. But they finally announced a North American release, and I'm super excited about this game. What Fight Crab is an absolutely absurd fighting game where you play as crustaceans and you get all sorts of different weapons like swords and axes and chainsaws. It's just one of those ridiculous games that I gotta try, and that's why it has such a mass appeal, because the whole premise is so absurd. And that's why this game is super exciting. Next up, also on March 31st, is a game called Demoniaca, or Demoniaca. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this game is super cool looking. This is a Metroidvania with 16-bit style graphics, and it's kind of cool because it's like a beat-em-up Metroidvania, so I'm really excited about this one. Now, it does follow a little bit more of a Castlevania than a Metroid layout, in the sense where you have upgrade points as opposed to just getting a weapon that gets you to the next area. So this is kind of exciting, it looks incredible, and this is the extreme pick of the month. And the last game coming out of March, and that's on March 31st, and that is a game called Blade Assault. Now, Blade Assault is another 16-bit style game, which is also a roguelike like everything else coming out in March, or a lot of these indie games are trending to be, but it looks pretty cool. The combat looks fun. From what I understand, it gets so insane with the amount of enemies and stuff going on the screen. A lot of the time you can't really see what you're doing, but at the same time, from what I understand, button mashing can get you through this game. So that's always exciting to hear. When you got button mashing, you don't really have to learn any mechanics and you just mash your way through the game. It's always a lot of fun. Well, everybody, this has been the physical releases for the Nintendo Switch coming out in March that I am the most interested in. Let me know down below which game for March you are the most interested in, and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. So we'll see you later.